부담스럽고 있잖아요. 부담 생각하면은 한국인 학습자들은 보통 burden으로 생각하고 if you turn it into an adjective, it's burdensome. 너무 무겁고 스피킹 할 때 진짜 안 맞는 표현이에요. 안 쓰는 게 나아요. Instead, 엄청 잘 써요, 스피킹 할 때. Not only about money, but also about like psychological things. Hello and welcome to day 4 of Gabrielle's English Diary. Today we're going to talk about a much needed Jeju getaway. Ooh. 나 여기는 much needed, 꼭 필요한, 그리고 제주 getaway 뭘까요? Getaway means 뭔가 힐링 여행. 그럼 여기는 꼭 필요한 제주 힐링 여행. 같이 볼까요? Sentence number 1. 집에서 나가고 싶은 충동이 든 적이 있는가? Our Korean learners say, have you felt the urge to go out of the house before? But our native speakers say, have you ever had one of those cravings where you just want to get out of the house? 함께 비교해 볼까요? 여기는 have you ever felt the urge to go out of the house before? 여기는 felt the urge sounds like a textbook. 좀 딱딱하고 we don't use this very much in speaking. Instead, have you ever had one of those cravings? Now, craving 뭐였죠? Craving means 뭔가 욕망. We use it a lot about food. Like, wow, I have a craving for chocolate. Or I have a craving for pizza. But we can also use it about something that we want to do strongly. Now, instead of have you, if I say have you, I'm just asking. For example, have you done your homework? Have you done the dishes? 여태까지 그런 경험이 있는지 have you ever is better. Have you ever. 그리고 have you ever 쓰면은 굳이 before 안 넣어도 돼요. Okay? Now, here, where you just want to. 이거 뭘까요? We're explaining the situation in an emotional way. For example, I had a dream where I was flying. This is not about location. Instead, we're explaining the situation with where, our emotional feelings. Go out of the house이랑 get out of the house. 어떻게 다를까요? Go out of the house is just 말 그대로 go out. But get out 뭔가 get out 이렇게 벗어나고 싶은 느낌이 있으니까 이 상황에서 더 감정 있고 잘 쓸 수 있는 표현입니다. So, let's say it one more time. Have you ever had one of those cravings where you just want to get out of the house? 자, 두 번째. 남편과 나는 치매 때문에 몇 주 동안 집에 갇혀 있었더니 답답해 미칠 지경이었다. Now, when you hear 답답하다, a lot of students say frustrated. 이런 상황에는 조금 안 어울리는 단어예요. Native speakers usually say, my husband and I have been feeling stir crazy after weeks of being stuck inside because of the cold. Now, here, let's compare. Here, felt so frustrated, have been feeling stir crazy. 어떻게 달라요? One is have PP and one is just past tense. 왜 have PP 이런 상황에 맞을까요? Because felt so frustrated means that feeling is over. 끝났다. Simple past tense. 근데 have been feeling은 현재 완료 진행. 이 feeling 아직도 있는 거야. 예를 들면 I've been feeling sick for the past couple days. 그러면 for the past couple days 계속 아픈 상태고 지금도 아픈 상태. 여기는 I've been feeling stir crazy. Whoa, stir crazy. Stir crazy. We're being in one place for too long and we just want to move and go out and do somewhere. This is an idiom. 관용어. Stir crazy. I'm feeling stir crazy. Good. Now, I had to stay in my house 이랑 being stuck inside because of the cold. Here, I had to stay in my house. This is just 약간 설명적. It's okay, but 감정이 약간 없어요. 예를 들면 I had to stay in my house to watch my brother last weekend. 그냥 설명하는 거죠. 뭐 나쁘지 않은데 after weeks of being stuck inside 뭔가 갇혀있는 상태 계속 있었던 거예요. 그럼 stuck inside 훨씬 더 감정 있고 재미있는 표현으로 쓸 수 있습니다. Here, my husband and I have been feeling stir crazy after weeks of being stuck inside because of the cold. 여기는 there's one more thing that's different. Here, there's no the. And here, there's the. The is one of the hardest parts of the English language, and it's also not easy to explain. But here, when I first read this, when my student gave it to me, I thought, 이거 추위 때문인가 아니면 감기 때문인가? 추위로 쓸 때는 보통 the cold를 자주 쓰고 감기로 쓸 때는 a cold. 예를 들면 I'm stuck inside because of a cold 하면은 감기 때문에 갇혀 있는 거예요. 근데 I'm stuck inside because of the cold. 이거 추위 때문에 갇혀 있는 거예요. 와, 재밌지 않아요? A and the 차이. Okay. Next. Number 3. 그래서 우리는 답답함에서 벗어나기 위해 여행을 가기로 했고 짧은 겨울 여행을 위해 일주일 휴가를 냈다. 우리 한국인 학습자들은 So, to be able to get out of the frustration, I decided to travel and I took a week off for the short winter vacation. But our native speakers? So we decided to take a trip to break free and took a week off for a short winter getaway. 그냥 보기만 해도 이거는 길고 이거는 짧고, 그렇죠? Now let's talk about how they're different. So in our first part, so to be able to get out of the frustration, so we decided to take a trip. Now, to be able to get out of 뭔가 직역적이고 바로바로 해석된 느낌이 들어요. So instead, you can just say, we decided to take a trip to break free. 이거는 벗어나고 싶다. Break free. 벗어나고 싶다. Now, we decided to take a trip. Here, take a trip이랑 travel. Travel is more of a general term. We talk about going on trips in general, like, wow, I love to travel to new places. 근데 take a trip, 뭔가 one trip, specific trip, one time. We're going on a trip to Jeju this weekend. Or we're taking a trip this summer. One specific trip, right? So general is travel. 뭔가 specific is take a trip. Now, next, I took a week off for the short winter vacation. Now, here, vacation이랑 getaway, 어떻게 다를까요? Vacation is more about school or work. We're taking time off from school or work is more of a vacation. But getaway is more of a healing 여행. 뭔가 와, 나는 I need a getaway. I need to get away from life. That's where getaway came from. I need to get away from life. I need a getaway. So, a short winter getaway. Now, number 4. 남편이 온라인으로 티켓을 예매하면서 다음 금요일 괜찮을까? 라고 묻었다. Our Korean learners say, my husband booked the ticket online and asked me, is it okay to go next Friday? But native speakers say, my husband was booking our tickets online. Does next Friday work for us? Here, booked and was booking. If we say booked the ticket and then ask me, it's like 먼저 예매하고 물어보면 어떡해? 벌써 예매했는데 왜 물어봐? Then instead of this, was booking. 뭔가 예매하면서 물어봤다. This tells us that these two events are happening at the same time. Okay? Next, on online. 여기는 on 있으니까 굳이 on도 얘기 안 해도 돼요. So, my husband was booking our tickets online. Does next Friday work for us? 이랑 is it okay to go next Friday? 이거 picture yourself. Your son or daughter is looking at you and they're saying, Mom, is it okay if I go to my friend's house? 이 상황에서 who has the power? You do. You're the parent. 근데 이 상황에서 who has the power? Nobody. 동일하죠? We're equal. So this phrase doesn't really work. Is it okay? 약간. It gives the other person more power. 뭐, is it okay? 이런 그림이죠. Is it okay? Is it okay? This works much better. Does next Friday work for us? If you're at work and you're talking about a meeting, you have to arrange the time. You can say, oh, does 4 o'clock work for you? Let's meet then. Good. One more time. My husband was booking our tickets online. Does next Friday work for us? 자, 5번째. 좋아. 근데 해외 가기엔 부담스럽고 어딜 가야 될까? 내가 물었다. Good, but it's too burdened to go abroad, so where should we go? I asked. Versus, yeah, we can't afford to go international, so where should we go? I asked. Now here, 여기는 부담스럽고 있잖아요. 부담 생각하면은 한국인 학습자들은 보통 burden으로 생각하고 if you turn it into an adjective, it's burdensome. 여기 burden actually 문법적 안 돼. 왜냐면 here's too 너무, you need an adjective after. But here, if we add burdensome, but it's too burdensome to go abroad, 이거는 너무 무겁고 speaking 할 때 진짜 안 맞는 표현이에요. 안 쓰는 게 나아요. 여기는 instead, we can't afford to go international. Can't afford to 엄청 잘 써요, speaking 할 때. Not only about money, but also about like psychological things. If I want to get married and have children, but I'm getting older, then I can't afford to waste time on men who don't want to commit. 이럴 때는 진짜 잘 쓰는 표현입니다. I can't afford to. Now, here to go abroad or to go international, 둘 다 괜찮아요. Abroad is usually used more when we're talking about studying or working. Like, I want to work abroad. I want to study abroad. 이럴 때는 더 자주 쓰는 표현이에요. Number 6. 난 너무 춥지만 않다면 어디든 괜찮아. 제주도는 어때? 지금 좋은 할인 행사가 진행 중이야. 라며 남편이 제안했다. Now, let's look at the first part. It's okay for me to go anywhere if it's not too cold. How about Jeju? I'm up for anything as long as it's not too cold. How about Jeju Island? Now, let's talk about the difference. Here, if이랑 as long as 어떻게 다를까요? If is a little bit more direct and as long as 조금 더 부드럽고 푹신푹신한 표현이에요. 예를 들면, you inviting your friend to the party and you say, hey, do you want to come? Your friend says, I'll go if you're there. 약간 okay, so she won't go if I'm not there? Okay, 이렇게 들린 거고 I'll go as long as you're going. 이렇게 부드럽게 들리고 of course I'll go. 이렇게 대답 나올 거예요. So as long as is a little bit softer and better for speaking in most situations. Now, here, it's okay for me to go anywhere. 문법적으로 괜찮지만 너무 깁니다. 약간 불필요하게 깁니다. So, instead, we have this great phrase. 와, I'm up for anything. I'm up for anything. 이거 진짜 유용하고 잘 쓸 수 있는 표현이니까 외워두세요. Now, as long as it's not too cold. How about Jeju Island? 지금 좋은 할인 행사가 진행 중이야. 라며 남편이 제안했다. Good sale is going on, my husband suggested. And they've got a great sale going on right now, he suggested. So in this situation, we use they a lot. Do you want to go to Starbucks? They have a great new coffee out right now. Instead of saying Starbucks, we're saying they. 이렇게 they 잘 씁니다. 근데 선생님, 여기는 good sale인데 왜 여기는 great sale이에요? 와, 이것도 되게 재밌어요. Great sale is what we call a collocation. A collocation is 영어의 곧. 피니까 you can see all these beautiful things together. Now, collocations are phrases or words that usually come out together. So, good sale 문법적으로 맞지만 원어민들이 don't say good sale. Instead, we say great sale or amazing deal. 이런 거는 그냥 자연스럽게 그렇게 되는 거죠. So, great sale is a collocation, which means native speakers usually use these two words together. Okay? One more time. They've got a great sale going on right now, he suggested. 마지막! 그리고 그렇게 우리의 제주도 여행 본격적으로 시작되었다. And then our Jeju trip finally started. And just like that, our trip to Jeju was set in motion. 뭔가 감정 차이 느낄 수 있죠, 벌써? And then is a good transition, but 뭔가 감정이 없고 그냥 I did this and then I did this 이런 느낌이 들고 And just like that, 그냥 그렇게 And just like that, yeah. This is a great transition to add a little bit of emotion and fun to your sentences. Now, here, our trip to Jeju was set in motion. Finally started. 뭔가 기다림이 끝에 started이니까 여기는 조금 잘 안 맞고 finally is more about like the bus finally came. I was waiting forever. 근데 여기는 약간 신나고 이렇게 얘기하고 싶으니까 finally started 말고 set in motion. When we're starting something exciting, we're doing something new, we want to do it, we can use this phrase. Oh, and just like that, my English journey was set in motion. Great. Now, one more time. And just like that, our trip to Jeju was set in motion. Wonderful! We had fun comparing the two Korean learners and native speakers. When we do this, we can learn a lot about how to make our sentences a little more natural. Now, I will join you to go deeper into these reading points in the next class. See you there! Here, our Korean learners see 짜증이 났다. Usually think annoyed. This is another one of those words that we study, word and meaning. 짜증이 나다, annoyed. But our native speakers usually say 이 표현은 짜증나고 피곤한 같이 쓰는 거예요. 아주 유연한 표현이에요. Let's start our lecture. Chores, arguments, and making up. Here, chores, 집안일, arguments, 다툼, making up, 무슨 뜻이었어? 화해하는 거. It's a very popular 구동사 or phrasal verb. 그럼 오늘 어떤 얘기일까요? Number 1. 오늘 남편과 나는 집안일을 하는 것에 대해 말다툼했다. 어떻게 된 거냐면 이러하다. Our Korean learners usually say for our first part, Today I fought with my husband about housework. Here, 다툼하면 아니면 싸우다 하면 한국인들이 자주 나오는 표현은 fight. Fight. But 이거는 약간 진짜 지고받고 하는 실제적인 느낌이에요. 그리고 housework is 집안일. But 원어민들이 say, My husband and I had an argument today about getting chores done. Now, like I said before, fight 뭔가 지고받고 신체적인 싸우는 느낌이고 housework is more of a phrase used for written English. For spoken English, we would say get chores done or getting chores done. And for a little bit weaker feeling of a fight, we would say have an argument or have a disagreement. 예를 들면, we're talking, but we start getting angry, then we have an argument. Then you're so angry that you start 막 팡, 팡, 팡. This is fighting, okay? So when you're having an argument, instead of fight, use argument or disagreement. Now, let's practice. My husband and I had an argument today about getting chores done. Do you get chores done in your house? Or do you do it together as a family? We usually get chores done as a family in my house. Now, next. 어떻게 된 거냐면 이러하다. 우리 한국인 학습자들은 This is how it happened. But 원어민들은 Here's how it went. 내가 얘기했다시피 This is how it happened. It's very serious. It's good for a documentary. The Big Bang. This is how it happened. But here's how it went. 뭔가 캐주얼하고 가벼운 느낌이에요. Better for speaking. Here's how it went. Oh, my husband proposed. Here's how it went. 뭔가 설명할 때. Good. Next. Number 2. 자기야, 시간 있으면 쓰레기 좀 버려줄래? Honey, if you have time, can you take out the trash? Now there is no problem here, but can you find out the phrases that are a little bit awkward? Let's see. 우리 원어민들은 Honey, if you've got a minute, would you take out the trash for me? Here, if you have time and if you've got a minute, 어떻게 다를까요? If you have time is better in situations where it's more formal. 예를 들면, you're talking to your boss. If you have time, could you check this project for me? 아니면 나중에 시간이 있을 때, 예를 들면 나중에 시간 있으면 이거 좀 해줄래? 이때, if you have time later, can you help me? But 바로 시작하게 되는 뉘앙스에 if you've got a minute, 더 자연스러워요. It's very casual and good for asking for favors, 부탁할 때. If you've got a minute, can you help me out? If you've got a minute, can I show you something? Now, here, can you take out the trash and would you take out the trash? 어떻게 달았죠? This came out in day 8. Can you is good for friends or that kind of level. A little less formal than would you. 근데 부탁할 때 you want to be a little more formal and a little bit nicer and a little bit 애교스럽게 얘기하고 싶으니까 would you take out the trash for me? 그럼 남편이 더 하고 싶겠죠? So 이때는 would you take out the trash for me? 좀 더 자연스러워요. One more time. Honey, if you've got a minute, would you take out the trash for me? 알겠어. 이것만 마무리할 테니까 잠깐만 기다려줘. 바로 할게. Then, our Korean learners say, Okay, I'll do it. Just wait a minute while I finish this. I'll do it right away. And 원어민들은 Sure, no problem. Just give me a second to finish this and I'll get right on it. Now, 이거 어떻게 달라요? Here, instead of okay, I'll do it, we have sure, no problem. No problem is a very useful phrase. We can use it 3 different times. Wow, thank you. No problem. When we're saying thank you. Or number 2, I'm so sorry. It's no problem. When we're saying sorry. And number 3, can you help me with this? Sure, no problem. Like here, 뭔가 부탁할 때. These 3 situations are very good for no problem. Now, here it says, I'll do it. I'll do it right away. 이거는 직역하는 느낌이 뭔가 군대 갈 때 you have a sergeant says, Hey, you! Drop down. Give me 10 push-ups. Yes, sir. I'll do it right away, sir. Sounds like you're obeying orders. You're obedient. You wouldn't use this in spoken English. 이거 영어 쓸 때는 약간 어색해요. So, instead, we just say, sure, no problem. I'll get right on it. Now, I'll get right on it means 바로 할게. 바로 할게. In a casual and friendly way. I'll get right on it. Now, here, just wait a minute and just give me a second. 어떻게 다를까요? 상상해 보세요. Just wait a minute. Just give me a second. 느낄 수 있어요? Here, just wait a minute is kind of like you're talking to a dog. It's an order. 명령같이 들려요. But just give me a second. 부탁같이 들리니까 조금 더 부드럽고 푹신푹신하게 들려요. Just give me a second. Just give me a second. Just wait a minute. 말고. Just give me a second. Okay, then let's say it one more time together. Sure, no problem. Just give me a second to finish this and I'll get right on it. Number 4. 1시간이 넘게 지났는데도 그는 아직 쓰레기를 내다 버리지 않았다. 아이고, 큰일 났습니다. Now, our Korean learners say, more than 1 hour passed, but he still didn't take out the trash. And our native speakers say, over an hour later and he still hadn't taken it out. 비교해 봅시다. Here, more than 1 hour passed. 이거 약간 딱딱딱 비교하는 느낌이 나니까 약간 옛날스럽게 하는 영어 같이 들려요. 뭐 한국에는 약간 폐하 죽을 죄 지었습니다. 폐하님 이렇게 요즘에 안 쓰잖아요. This too. More than 1 hour passed. 어색하고 약간 너무 길고 instead 간단하고 짧게 하려면 over an hour later. And still didn't take it out. Still hadn't taken it out. 와, 이거 진짜 재밌어요, 여러분들. 이거 왜 다를까요? Still didn't take it out means 그때 안 했다. 예를 들면 I didn't call my friend. 뭐 내 친구를 전화 안 했다. But if we have hadn't or had PP, 할 가능성이 아직 있다는 거 알 수 있어요. 그러면은 he still hadn't taken it out. 아직 할 수 있으니까 we use hadn't. 예를 들면 I haven't called my friend in a while. 한동안 친구를 전화 안 했네? 전화해야겠다. 이런 느낌이 나요. So this simple change in words like didn't and haven't or hadn't can change the entire meaning of your sentence. So let's try one more time together, shadowing. Over an hour later, and he still hadn't taken it out. Next. 나는 평소보다 유난히 피곤하고 짜증이 났다. 그래서 남편에게 계속 잔소리를 하기 시작했다. 아이고. Now, our Korean learners, I was very tired and annoyed, more than usual, so I started to keep scolding him. And I was unusually tired and cranky, so I started nagging him about it. Here, our Korean learners see 짜증이 났다 and usually think annoyed. This is another one of those words that we study, word and meaning. 짜증이 나다, annoyed. But our native speakers usually say cranky. 이 표현은 짜증나고 피곤한 같이 쓰는 거예요. 아주 유연한 표현이에요. Now, if you have a friend, they come and see you and they're being kind of like, you can say, hey, why are you being so cranky? Now, let's talk about 유난히. Here we said more than usual, but we can shorten this up into a shorter phrase, unusually. So, let's say the same friend came in and he was like, la da 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 da, oh, I'm so happy today, this is the best. What can you say? You're unusually happy today. You were cranky yesterday. What happened? Great. Now let's go over this one more time. I was unusually tired and cranky, so I started nagging him about it. 여기는 nagging이랑 scolding 어떻게 다를까요? scolding, 뭔가 높은 분 저한테 scolding, 혼나는 듯 하는데 here nagging은 약간 또 약하게 잔소리를 하는 뜻이에요. 그러면은 약간 wife to a husband would be nagging, not scolding. Because a wife doesn't have more power, or a husband doesn't have more power usually. You have an equal amount of power, so this is 잔소리, nagging each other. All right. So maybe your husband or wife is nagging you too much. What can you say? Oh, why are you nagging me? Stop nagging me so much. Nagging. But in scolding, a teacher might scold you. The teacher scolded the student for not doing their homework. One more time. I was unusually tired and cranky, so I started nagging him about it. Number 6. 당신은 1시간 전에 쓰레기를 버리겠다고 말했잖아. 우리 한국인 학습자들은 You said you will take out the trash an hour ago. 근데 원어민들은 You told me you were going to take out the trash an hour ago. 여기는 You said you will. 이거 자주 보는 실수입니다, 여러분들. 여기는 과거잖아요. 그럼 will을 쓰면 안 됩니다. 이럴 때는 were or was going to 쓰거나 would 쓰면 돼요. 그럼 were going to 어떤 느낌일까요? 약간 뭔가 하려고 했는데 안 했다. 이런 느낌이 잘 쓸 수 있는 상황이에요. So, you told me you were going to take out the trash an hour ago. 이거는 네가 1시간 전에 you said you were going to do it. Now, instead of said, told. 왜 다를까요? said is just 그대로 say, said, 말했다. But told is like you told me. It has more feeling. 이런 상황에서 더 잘 맞고 자연스러워요. You can feel that anger, the emotion that comes through it. You told me you were going to take out the trash an hour ago. Now, for example, your teacher says, why didn't you do your homework? I was going to do it, but I had a headache. Then, 하려고 했는데 결국에는 했어, 안 했어? 안 했습니다. I was going to do it. You told me you were going to do it. Why didn't you do it? Good. Next. Number 7. 버릴 계획이라고. 근데 이게 생각보다 오래 걸리고 있어. 내가 바쁜 거 뻔히 보이는데 왜 자꾸 닥달하는 거야? Our Korean learners say, I will do it. But our native speakers say, I'm still planning on doing it. 이 차이 느낄 수 있어요? I will do it. I'm still planning on doing it. 이거는 will이랑 still planning on 차이예요. Still planning on 뭔가 하려고 하는데 아직 안 했다는 뉘앙스고 will은 할 거야. 그럼 이거 훨씬 더 세게 들려요. 이건 약간 부드럽게 들려요. 특히 still 넣으니까 아직도 할 거라는 얘기니까 부드럽게 푹신푹신하게 들으니까 이거는 이 상황에서 더 자연스러워요. I'm still planning on doing it. Okay, 예를 들면 Before I had Ian, so last year, I went to the gym a lot. And in the morning, I woke up and 그런 날 있잖아요. 정말 가기 싫은 날. 그래서 뭐 가야 되니까 남편한테 얘기하고 I'm gonna go work out at the gym. My husband said, okay, I'll see you later. 근데 I went to go change my clothes and sat down. 핸드폰 보다가 한 30분 지나갔어요. 남편이 들어왔는데 응? Didn't you say you were going to the gym? Why are you still here? And I can say, I'm still planning on going. Okay, I'm going now. Okay? 이런 느낌이 둘 다 were going to and still planning on 잘 쓸 수 있는 상황입니다. Now, next. 근데 이게 생각보다 오래 걸리고 있어. Here, it's taking a long time than I thought. Actually, when we have than, 이거 비교급이에요. 근데 비교급 하면은 you need er than or more than. And here we don't have this. So be careful with that. Also, here, this is taking me longer than I expected. 어떻게 달라요? Taking a long time than I thought. Taking me longer than I expected. Now, here, 이거는 되게 중요한 부분이에요. Here, 한국인들이 이런 표현을 잘 씁니다. It takes 30 minutes to get there, but it's a little bit hard to add in me. But this changes the meaning of the sentence. We're adding 개인 감정 into the sentence by putting me in here. 예를 들면, it takes a long time to do this work. Okay? In general, this work is hard, so it takes a long time. But if I say, it takes him a long time to do this work, can you feel the difference? Normal people can do it pretty fast, but for him, it takes a long time. 이거 확 의미가 달라지죠. So here too, it's taking me longer than I expected. We're adding this 개인 감정 in. This makes it sound much more natural and like a 원어민. All right, one more time. This is taking me longer than I expected. 내가 바쁜 거 뻔히 보이는데 왜 자꾸 닥달하는 거야? Why do you keep scolding me when I'm busy? Or, why do you have to get on my case about it when you can see that I'm busy? Here, keep scolding me. 아까 얘기했는데 here, scolding 말고는 약간 더 부드러운 거 get on my case. Now, we talked about nagging. Get on my case, 딱 중간 사이예요. nag, 잔소리. Get on my case, 닥달하는 거야. Scolding, 혼내다. So, instead of scolding me, get on my case. Now, in the Korean it says, 왜 자꾸 닥달하는 거야? So, keep scolding me. We don't need keep. Instead, we can just say, why do you have to get on my case about it? When you can see, 보다시피, you can see that I'm busy. 결국 서로 언성이 높아졌고 우리 둘 다 기분이 상했다. Finally, we shouted at each other and both of us got hurt. 근데 원어민은 in the end, we ended up raising our voices at each other, which left both of us feeling upset. Let's compare. Finally, we shouted at each other and both of us got hurt. Here, finally, and in the end. We talked about this in class 8. Finally means 기다림 끝에. 뭔가 when you feel a sense of relief or even annoyance. 근데 이 상황에서 안 맞는 표현입니다. Instead, we can use in the end. After a decision-making process or some long process that happened, when we're in a reflective tone, we can say in the end. So, finally 말고 in the end, 여기도 자연스러워요. Then, shouted. We ended up raising our voices. Here, can you feel the difference? Shouted is very strong. Like this, very loud and angry. But 우리는 그만큼 화나지 않았으니까 약간 목소리를 높아졌으니까 raise our voices. We raised our voices. 이거 더 자연스러워요. 그리고 마지막, both of us got hurt, which left both of us feeling upset. 여기는 진짜 자주 들리는 실수입니다. 보통 아프다 하면은 hurt 자주 들립니다. 근데 hurt is for like 신체적인 physical pain. Like, I hurt my arm or my leg got hurt yesterday. Instead, left both of us feeling upset. 뭔가 기분이 상했다. 이런 표현이 더 적절해요. 자연스럽고 good for speaking. Now, upset is hard for Korean learners to use because usually they study it as 화난. But 화난 is not exactly upset. Upset is a little bit weaker. So, therefore, it's well used in spoken English. 예를 들면, your friend is sitting there. You might say, why are you upset? What's wrong? You wouldn't say, why are you angry? Because why are you angry is more like, why are you angry? Okay? Now, you might hear one phrase. It's, you hurt my feelings. 이거는 잘 쓰는데 이거 어리석인 표현이니까 don't use this. 안 쓰는 게 나아요. It's for kids. You hurt my feelings. You should say sorry. 이렇게. Okay? Let's read one more time together. In the end, we ended up raising our voices at each other, which left both of us feeling upset. Number 9. 우리는 둘 다 나중에 사과했다. 아마도 수면 부족 때문에 예민해졌던 것 같아. 한국인들은 But later we both said sorry. Maybe we were sensitive because of the lack of sleep. 이거 예민해졌다는 하면은 보통 sensitive 나와요. But here, instead of sensitive, there's a better word. We say, we both apologized afterward. I think the lack of sleep got to us. 이거는 아주 조연 표현이에요. Got to us. Got to me. Let's talk about it more. So, maybe we were sensitive, not sensitive, because of the lack of sleep. Instead, I think the lack of sleep got to us. Here, it's saying it bothered us. For example, 엘리베이터 탔는데 띵! You go in. 근데 옆에 사람은 향수가 너무 많이 풀렸어요. 이럴 때 있잖아요. 그럼 you can't get out of the elevator. So you just have to stand there. And actually, I'm sensitive to smells. So 이럴 때 sensitive 쓰면 돼요. I'm sensitive to smells, so it was really hard. The smell got to me. When I got out of the elevator, I was dizzy. The smell really got to me. Good. Now, here it says said sorry, but here we have apologized. 이거 어떻게 다를까요? 느낌이 어떻게 다를까요? Just like I said before, my feelings got hurt. 약간 어리석인 표현이죠. said sorry도 약간 어리석인 표현이니까 instead of said sorry, apologized is better. We both apologized. We both apologized afterward. I think the lack of sleep got to us. Number 10. 다행히 우리는 금방 화해했고 손을 맞잡고 함께 쓰레기를 버리러 나갔다. Now, our Korean learners usually say, luckily, we made up quickly and went out to throw away the trash holding hands. Now, here, saying made up is very good. 이 구동사 나올 수 있는 게 자체, very good, nice. But there's a phrase that works out a little bit better here. 뭘까요? Work out. We say, thankfully, we worked it out and took the trash out together, hand in hand. Okay, let's compare. First, luckily we made up quickly and went out to throw away the trash, holding hands. 그리고 thankfully we worked it out and took the trash out together, hand in hand. 근데 여러분들, do you remember in class 8 we said luckily is 다행히, and it's a good way to say it instead of fortunately. But let's talk about fortunately, luckily, and thankfully. First, like we said in class 8, fortunately is good for written English or 뭔가 like 진지하게 얘기할 때. Like, fortunately, there were no casualties. So we're talking in the news. But luckily is good when you're talking about luck, something that we didn't control. Like, luckily, I caught the bus in time. Running in, whew! This is really about 운 좋게. I caught the bus. But here, why do we say thankfully? Because in this situation, what happened? I fought with my husband, right? Then luckily we worked it out. 이거 문제 해결이잖아요. 그럼 다행히 luckily는 조금 안 맞아요. 약간 thankfully, because I'm thankful that this worked out. 그럼 다행히 다양한 표현이 있으니까 이거 참고 생각하셔야 됩니다. Fortunately, luckily, thankfully. Next, we made up quickly. Now, made up is definitely okay, but if we want to say 문제 해결이랑 화해 같이 쓰는 거, made up turns into workout. For example, did you and your boyfriend make up? Then, no, we didn't make up. But, did you guys work it out? 그 문제 해결했어? 그리고 화해했어? 이런 느낌이 나요. Okay? Next, and took the trash out together. Instead of went out to throw away the trash, 약간 딱딱딱딱 직역하는 느낌이 나니까 we can say took the trash out together. And our last and most romantic part, hand in hand. Now, holding hands 말고 hand in hand 왜 할까요? Holding hands is the literal translation. So you might say, you want to hold my hand? But when we're ending a story and we want to add a little bit of a romantic, emotional, 뭔가 같이 살겠다고, 같이 하겠다고 이런 뉘앙스 하려고 싶으면 hand in hand 더 자연스럽습니다. Let's live life together, hand in hand. Let's go, hand in hand. One more time. Thankfully, we worked it out and took the trash out together, hand in hand. So, 여러분들, 저랑 함께 하시죠. Let's go together, hand in hand. 영어 배우는 journey에서. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in our next class. Bye bye! Now, here, 하소연이라도 어떻게 표현할까요? Our Korean learners say, I was relieved that I could complain. 이거 왠지 좀 어색하게 들리지 않아요? Now, complain 뭐예요? 불평하는 거죠. 그럼 relieved랑 complain은 잘 안 어울려요. 이렇게 같이 쓰면은 어색해요. Instead, we have to use 이거는 바로 complain이랑 그 relieved 느낌 같이 쓰는 단어예요. Hello again, everyone. It's day 20 of Gabrielle's English Diary. Today, our title is Talking, Venting, and Feeling a Little Lighter. Talking, 얘기하고, venting, 나쁜 기분을 풀리는 거, and feeling a little lighter. Our first sentence, 나는 보통 미국에 있는 가장 친한 친구와 한 달에 한 번 정도 통화하는데 오늘이 바로 그날이었다. Our Korean learners say, I usually call my best friend who lives in America once a month, and today was that day. Native speakers say, I usually talk with my friend from the States about once a month, and today was one of those days. Now, I usually call my best friend who lives in America. 너무 딱딱하게 들려요. I usually call my best friend who lives in America sounds like written English. One of the reasons here is because we're using who. Who is definitely okay to use, but it comes out more in written English than in spoken English unless you're talking about a question. Do you know who did this? 이렇게 자주 나오는데 This is my friend who lives in America. You would never say this in spoken English. Instead, I talk with my best friend from the States. Now, the States and in America are both common ways to say 미국에서. You can use either of them. The States just sounds a little more casual. Now, instead of saying once a month, 딱 한 달에 한 번 얘기합니다. 이렇지 않잖아요. Sometimes a little more, sometimes less. Then you can say about once a month. Today was that day. 이거는 너무 Hello everyone. Today is that day. Sounds like a report, like we're giving a report on something. Instead, 좀 더 푹신푹신하게. And today was one of those days. I usually talk with my best friend from the States about once a month. And today was one of those days. Number 2. 그녀는 결혼해서 딸이 있고 최근에 새 집을 장만했다. She got married and has a daughter and recently bought a new house. Versus, she's married with a daughter and just bought a new house. Now, our Korean learners tend to say get married or got married. But when we're describing someone, their state of marriage, using she's married with a daughter, 훨씬 더 자연스럽습니다. She's married with a daughter. This reason is, 벌써 결혼한 상태면 she's married with a daughter도 자연스럽고, if we're talking about the act of getting married, 뭔가 결혼할 거라는 사실, 아니면 they're talking about the ceremony, then get married or got married is better. Then we can just use with a daughter instead of has a daughter. 이거는 speaking 할 때 자연스럽게 들립니다. She's married with a daughter and just bought a new house. Recently, grammatically, 문법적으로는 괜찮아요. 근데 it's better used in written English. She's married with a daughter and just bought a new house. 새 집 사진 좀 보내줘. 혹시 리모델링 할 계획이 있어? 내가 물었다. Hey, send me pictures of your new house. Do you have any plans to remodel it? I asked. But native speakers say, send me some pictures of your new place. Are you planning to remodel anything? I asked. Let's compare. Here, house and place are both okay, but place sounds more friendly, more casual, more just better for spoken English in this situation. Send me some pictures of your new place. Hey, can you give me a tour of your new place? 친구랑 얘기할 때 무조건 place로 쓰는 게 좋아요. Now, do you have plans to remodel it? Are you planning to remodel anything? Here, do you have any plans to 약간 딱딱하게 들립니다. This is used more in formal situations and for like long-term plans. 이거 막 집을 샀잖아요. 그러면은 Are you planning to remodel anything? 또 잘 올리고 자연스럽게 들립니다. Are you planning to remodel anything? Hey, send me some pictures of your new place. Are you planning to remodel anything? I asked. 고칠 부분이 좀 있긴 한데 아직 시작도 못했어. 여기는 아직 시작도 못했어. Our Korean learners often say, but we haven't even started. 근데 이거는 너무 세게 들려요. We haven't even started. Instead, but we're not there yet. Now, let's talk about the reason why. 예를 들면 your son or daughter comes home from school, it's about 6 or 7 o'clock, and you want to check their homework. So you go into their room and you say, okay, homework check, let's see what you did. But your son or daughter just got home and they're like, Mom, I haven't even started yet. 이럴 때는 잘 쓸 수 있는데 이런 상황에서는 이렇게 쓰는 게 너무 세게 들려요. 이런 강도가 이 상황에서 필요가 없어요. 그래서 이렇게 쓰면은 약간 너무 세게 들리니까 약간 할 것 같은 느낌. So instead, we're not there yet. Now, like I said before, we're planning on fixing up some things is showing that we have some plans in the near future. We're thinking about it. We're planning on fixing up some things. 이거 casual speaking 할 때 잘 쓰는 표현이에요. We're planning on. But there are some parts we want to fix. 아주 딱딱하게 들립니다. There are some parts we want to fix. 사실 parts, when you see 부분, that's where parts comes out. 부분, parts we want to fix. 근데 parts is better for a car or a machine because a car or a machine has like parts that need to be fixed. But in a house, there are no parts like that. So we wouldn't use it about a house. We're planning on fixing up some things, but we're not there yet. We just moved. Number 5. 알아보니까 뭐 하나 바꾸는 게 말도 안 되게 비싸더라고. Our Korean learners say, when I looked into it, everything was so expensive. Native speakers say, we started looking into it and renovating anything is ridiculously expensive. 벌써 느낌 차이 느낄 수 있어요? 이거는 훨씬 더 emotion, 감정을 들어갑니다. Let's talk about why. So, when I looked into it, 알아봤을 때, 이거 알아봤을 때 얘기하니까 it means I'm done looking into it. 약간 딱딱하게 들려요. When I looked into it, I'm done. I'm not looking into it anymore. But she said she's planning on doing something, but we're not there yet, right? Using we started looking into it is better. because 끝나지 않았으니까. Well, we started looking into it. And renovating anything is ridiculously expensive. Everything was so expensive. 문법적으로 맞지만 감정이 없어. 그냥 모든 거 비싸요. 근데 여기는 renovating anything 말도 안 되게 미치게 ridiculously expensive. We're expressing that frustration at the situation. 다 왜 이렇게 비싸 진짜. We started looking into it and renovating anything is ridiculously expensive. Number 6. 다음 정구소가 얼마나 나올지 알고 싶지도 않아. I don't even want to know how much the next bill will be. 여기는 how much 나왔으니까 뭔가 it focuses more on the price. But native speakers say, I don't even want to know what my next bill is going to look like. 이거는 뭔가 감정에 집중하는 거예요. So, I don't even want to know how much the next bill will be 보다는 instead of focusing more on the price, focusing on the emotion of the situation, 조금 더 푹신푹신하게 들리고 what my next bill is going to look like. 뭔가 좀 더 감정 up. That frustration is going in there as well. I don't even want to know what my next bill is going to look like. Number 7. 그거 있지? 나도 완전 공감해. 어른으로 산다는 게 생각보다 훨씬 돈이 많이 드는 것 같아. 내가 맞장 굳혔다. You know, I really agree with you. Being an adult costs much more than I thought. I responded. 지난 대회에서 이런 표현을 배우는데 어떤 표현을 배웠을까요? I feel the same way. You know what? I feel the same way. Adulting is pricier than I ever imagined. I agreed. Now, 여기는 I agree with you. 이거 어떻게 쓰는 거예요? 언제 쓰는 거예요? 동의할 때 뭔가 의견을 동의하면 I think, I agree. 근데 여기는 나의 기분을 얘기하는 거죠. 그러면 I feel the same way. You know what? I feel the same way. 또 자연스럽습니다. Being an adult costs much more than I thought. 이거는 괜찮지만 설명하는 느낌이 들어요. Being an adult costs much more than I thought. But we have this, adulting. This is a great phrase. 요즘에 쓰는 약간 slang 단어예요. modern하게. Adulting. Adulting is pricier than I ever imagined. Then we're adding more 감정 here too. Than I ever imagined. 이거는 than I thought보다는 훨씬 더 than I ever imagined. 감정이 업 시키고 재밌게 들려요. You know what? I feel the same way. Adulting is pricier than I ever imagined. I agree. 여기는 스트레스 있어요. I ever imagined. I ever imagined. Sentence number 8. 우리가 뭔가 해결한 건 아니었지만 그래도 하소연이라도 할 수 있어서 다행이었다. Now here, 하소연이라도 어떻게 표현할까요? Our Korean learners say, we didn't solve anything, but at least I was relieved that I could complain. 이거 왠지 좀 어색하게 들리지 않아요? Our native speakers say, we didn't solve anything, but at least we got to vent. Let's talk about the difference. At least I was relieved that I could complain. Now, complain 뭐예요? 불평하는 거죠. 근데 불평하면은 항상 like negative, 뭔가 부정적인 얘기도 나오고 근데 relieved, 뭔가 이런 느낌이잖아요. 그럼 relieved이랑 complain은 잘 안 어울려요. 이렇게 같이 쓰면은 뭔가 어색해요. Instead, we have to use vent. 야, 이거는 바로 complain이랑 그 relieved 느낌 같이 쓰는 단어예요. We got to vent. I need to vent. 근데 vent 뭘까요? Vent has two meanings that I'll talk about right now. The first is 잘 못 그렸지만 이거는 공기 나오는 거예요. 공기. This is not as common in Korea as it is in the US, but usually hot or warm air comes out of this. Think about it like a car. Air is coming out, right? Now, imagine we have a vent right here. 안에서 그런 답답한 느낌, 그런 거 얘기하고 싶잖아요. 뭐 친구한테, 뭐 남편한테, 아내한테 얘기하면 그 나쁜 감정을 다 나가는 거야. 그 단어는 바로 vent. Vent. 그리고 이 자체 또 vent이에요. In the car, when the air is coming out, it's coming out of a vent. And letting go of our negative feelings 도 vent. We didn't solve anything, but at least we got to vent. 가끔은 그냥 털어놓는 것만으로도 마음이 한결 가벼워지는 법이니까. Sometimes just talking makes you feel a little better. Now, 이거는 괜찮지만 약간 설명 느낌 들어요. 그런 거는 없죠. We don't have any idiomatic terms here. Instead, let's look at some terms that we can use. Sometimes, that's all you need to take a little weight off your chest. First, sometimes, that's all you need. 아마 그거만으로도 that's all you need. Here, you know, sometimes a compliment, that's all you need to feel a little bit better. And then our second phrase, take a little weight off your chest. weight 뭐예요? 무게, 뭔가 무거운 거. Then if you have those kind of frustrating, 답답한 느낌, they're weighing down on your chest like But vent 하면은 누구에게 내 기분을 풀리면 That's taking a little weight off your chest. This is a great idiomatic phrase to use in this situation when you're weighed down by something, but then 예를 들면 listening to music helped take a little weight off my chest. Then one more time. Sometimes that's all you need to take a little weight off your chest. That's all for our comparing time, and I will see you when we go a little bit deeper in our reading points. Goodbye! Usually quickly or briefly, and this is neutral tone, so it can be formal and it can be informal. Now, I hear a lot of mistakes with favorite because it's a really common word that almost all English students